Well, hello, everybody. This is Brother Todd with your Victory Minute, and I hope you guys and gals out there are all having a great day. Hey, real quick, what does 22% of 50 have to do with you being a greater parent, stronger grandparent, more balanced Christian, even walking stronger with God, and even having peace in your own mind, being a better employer or employee, being a better friend in a relationship? Say, Brother Todd, I think you finally lost your mind. Well, I want you to stick with me. In fact, I want you to stick with me for the next 3 days. If the Lord tarries his coming and gives us strength and ability, I'm going to give you this Victory Minute today, one tomorrow and one on Friday, all about the same thing that came out of that very problem, 22% of 50. As I got to kind of thinking about it, God kind of led me around a long way to talk about something I hope will help you, in a particular in regards to your home. I'm going to try to really emphasize this for you moms and dads out there, and uncles and aunts and grandparents and such, okay? But you can apply this all through your life, and it'll make your life stronger. But in particular, for any situation where you've got somebody that's having to deal with you, okay? You know, we all have those relationships where we're in authority and under authority. And if you're in a position where you've got people that are having to deal with you as an authority figure in their life, I'm telling you this right here, we're going to think about 22% of 50 is going to either revolutionize your home or it'll surely make it considerably stronger. So, what am I talking about? Well, this morning, I was working on a little old situation. I had to figure out what 22% of 50 was. Well, I kicked my head back there a second, and it didn't come to me, okay? And so I flipped it. If you know this little old trick with percentages are the same regardless of which end you start with. So 22% of 50 or 50% of 22 is the same. It's 11, okay? It's just one of them things that works out that way. It's like multiplication. When you multiply two numbers together, it doesn't matter which number you start with, you get the same answer. 4 times 2 is 8. 2 times 4, there you go, is 8. And and walk with me in my crazy little mind for a minute. I thought about that answer. And I said, boy, it's good. That's always there. That always works. And then for some reason, the multiplication I thought of was 2 times 4. That's why I used to tell you about it right now. And I thought, how good is it that 2 times 4, 4 times 2 is always 8? You say, Brother Todd, you have lost your mind. Now, stick with me a minute. If that was not true, if that consistency was not there, I wouldn't be able to fix that problem. I wouldn't be able to know what the answer to that problem is. Make sense? Math is consistent. 2 times 4 is always 8. Okay? It's never anything else. It's always that. And because of that, when I'm working on a problem where I got 2 of this and 4 of that and whatnot, right? Are y'all following me? I can come to an answer. I can come to an end. I can get this fixed. I can make this work. You say, Brother Tom, I'm still not following you. No, catch that word. Math, that math is what? It's consistent. When I know what I'm going to be dealing with when I deal with someone, let's think about it this way. As a Christian, as a child of God, when I deal with the Lord, who am I dealing with? Well, I'm dealing with the most consistent being in the universe, right? He's the same yesterday, today, and forever. That doesn't just mean he lives in his eternal power and reality, but it also means he's the same. He was loving and kind then, now, and forever. When I go to God and I've got sin in my life or I need a cleansing, whatever, well, who am I dealing with? I'm dealing with the same God I always deal with. A God who operates in the same mood, the same message, and the same motivation every time I deal with him. It doesn't matter at 3 or 53 that when I go to God, I find God being the same. When you see Jesus walking around on the earth, what was he? He was so balanced. And in fact, we don't even have a clue what personality type would have been predominant with Christ. I don't even think he had a predominant personality type because he operated perfectly, okay? And of course, he's the supreme example, but are you following what I'm saying? The importance of consistency. Let me speak as a fool for just a minute. I don't try to say this to be puffed up or nothing, but just to help. I'm an older man now. When I was younger, I didn't talk a lot. I would preach on family. I would talk about what the Word of God says. And of course, I was trying to raise a family. But I'm an older man now. I've been preaching 30 years. I've been married 35 years. I got kids that are 34 and 32. Okay, and so and 4 grandkids running around underneath me. Okay, so I can give you this a little bit out of experience. And of course, praise God, one of the things God did, He called me back out of being real backslid when I was a young man right before I went into ministry. And my proximity to the church and ministry and those kinds of things has helped me quite a bit because I was given an opportunity to really study a lot. But one of the things I picked up on real quick, and again, I was brought up by consistent men, okay? They weren't always perfect, but they were always consistent, okay? And that was something that was laid into me as a foundation. If you hear my adult kids talk about me, if they ever talk about me in public, and one of the things, and again, I don't mean to sound pridefully or anything, but they'll say, Dad is the same person at home that he is here at the church. Okay, well, what do they say? I mean, my 34-year-old son says that. Where's he coming from? Okay, I think he's 34. He's 33 or 34. He born in 87, whenever that is. 7/7/87. So anyhow, Mason don't mean to make you older or younger. So anyway, but when he says that, what's he saying? He's saying, well, Dad was consistent. Dad was consistent. Think of, again, dealing with God. How great is it that God is consistent? The same. We know what we're going to get. One of the most important things about raising teenagers, okay, is that you are the constant. Because of where they are in life, they're going to have this. My son-in-law's a coach, him and Mace both coach, and he was talking about a program and that kind of thing. He was applying for a job one time or something. He was talking about his philosophy and stuff, what he did with kids and this and that. And I thought the way he allowed kids to get back in the program when they messed up, and he said I always give them a 24-hour cool off deal. And I said, man, that's too easy, that's too light. He said, well, 16-year-old kids sometimes have bad days. Right. Well, I was saying you've got to be the one that is consistent. Because they're going to have, if nothing else because of their hormones, they're going to have the ups and the downs. And it is a crazy house when the children are more consistent than the parents, or parent, depending on your situation. You following me? Yeah, it's getting a little bit brighter here. Let me see if I can tim it down for you a little bit. Okay, if you're following me, today, tomorrow, Thursday, I want to talk to you about consistency. On Thursday, Lord willing, I'm going to talk to you about consistency and motivation. Tomorrow, I'm going to talk to you about consistency and message. Do your words, the things you say you believe line up with your actions. Today, with the little bit of time we got left, and I'm going to grab my little glasses here, and it's already getting a little too long. I want to talk to you about consistency of mood. Now, I won't spend a lot of time on it, but brothers and sisters, once you get grown, you got to get a hold of your mood. Now, I want to, in particular, talk to you daddies. The most unmanly thing on the planet, boy, is a moody man. You are not a 4-year-old child. You are not a 14-year-old child. We live in an age where, and I'll watch myself here, where everything in your society is trying to push you from being the pillar, and that's what you're created to be. You're created to be the pillar. You're created to be the base. If old Satan can get you to be flaky, moody, unstable, then he can destabilize your whole family. Little sister, a mama that fluctuates, especially we'll talk about motivation here in a couple of days. gives children a sense of insecurity. Even when a child doesn't want to deal with us because maybe they made an error, when they know who they're going to get, what bird that is, he is barking it up, isn't he? When they know what they're going to get, they have an avenue that they can travel. If you want your kids to immediately start growing closer to you, work on from morning to night being consistent in your mood. A pouty daddy will not elevate children. If they're walking on eggshells based on how what you're going through is making you feel and express, are y'all following me? If everything you're feeling is out there on your end of your shirt sleeve, and they're having to deal with you when they are in difficulty, when they are in crisis, or when they are in need of correction or encouragement or whatever, they don't know how to approach. I have never been able, let me give you this, I have never been able to read a dog. Now I got a brother, Lord help, I think he put his hand in a pit bull's mouth, right? Because he knows that dog won't bite or this one will or whatever. I can't read them for nothing. Never have been able to. So when I deal with a dog, I'm very watchy of them, okay? I don't pick up on really any of their clues. I just pretty sure that animal's gonna try to bite me. So that's how I deal with it. Somebody told me one time, said, Brother Todd, you can't be afraid of them. They can read your fear. So I'm not afraid of them. I just think it's gonna bite me, okay? And so I'm what? I'm defensive. So because I can't read them, I'm defensive around them. When your 12-year-old daughter can't read you, sir, when she doesn't know what she's going to get when she approaches you, she's going to be guarded. Just going to happen, okay? Your children need to be in your home relaxed. They have to have a place where emotionally they can go. And if they don't know if daddy or mama is going to be happy or mad, blowing up or calm, pleasant to deal with or ready to explode, then they're always tight. They're always tight. And let me tell you something about the devil. The devil knows that if you're not going to give your children a sense of relief and rest when they're around you, he will make sure they have a counterfeit that looks like rest, that looks like peace, that looks like something that's reinforcing them. You have to be the emotional stability in your home, and that requires consistency. How do you build it? 1, quit taking yourself so seriously. 2, you're a grown-up. You're not the center of the world. It's time to realize you're not the centerpiece of the universe, okay? You can't make everything that happens that's difficult be about you first and then everybody else last. That's just a reality. I know I'm just talking straight at you, okay? There's going to be times you don't feel good, okay? I remember one time I was 16 years old and I come in the house, my daddy said, boy, what's wrong with you? I said, I'm tired. He said, boy, the whole world's tired. Just get up and handle it. I said, I was being tired. I've been to some practice or something like that, or I'd worked half a day. My old man got up 4 o'clock every morning, headed into Dallas, pulled about a 10, 12-hour shift, never ate lunch, never ate breakfast, came in, ate 1 plate of food, ate whatever was on his plate, didn't ever ask this, that, nothing else, never even 8 seconds, and got up and went out there to work in the shop, putting engines in cars or going to night plow somewhere. And then about midnight, he'd go lay down in bed, and then at 4:30 in the morning, he'd pop back up and do it again. Never heard the old man complain about nothing. I never heard him say he was tired. Looking back on it now, I think how silly. 16-year-old talking about how tired he was, right? An old man is over there living off Marlboro cigarettes and one plate of food a day, working like a dog, right? But you know what? He never let on. He never let on. Consistent. Consistency. Are you following me? We live in such an emotionally unstable and fragile environment. We got quiet places, and I mean, we send kids to college for them to become our leaders. We have to give them quiet rooms so nobody can talk to them about something that might upset them. The world's an unsettling place, brother and sister. Life don't always go the way you want it to. There ain't one of you men out there that's past 30 don't realize what I'm talking about. Life hadn't happened the way you thought it was going to. But you can't be moody over it. You just got to deal with it the way it is. Well, it's getting long, and I've talked too long. Just work on it. I'll talk more about it tomorrow. Hopefully this will all make sense. God bless you. Bye-bye.